Hi guys, so I'm so glad that we're back this morning. I missed you guys so much and I'm so ready to be back. So this morning during reading, we're gonna read a book and our book is called Bonk's Bad Dream. Okay, so first of all, let's look at the cover. Let's see what we think. Have you guys ever had a bad dream? What did you have a bad dream about? Oh, okay. Okay. How'd you feel after that bad dream? Did you talk with your mom? Oh, you talked with your mom. Okay. Did your mommy call it something other than a bad dream, or did she just call it a bad dream? She called it a nightmare. Do you know what a nightmare is? Oh, just another word. You are right. A nightmare is just another word for a bad dream. Good job. So after you had your bad dream, how did you feel? Did you feel sad? Were you scared? You were just scared and you slept with mom and dad? Okay, well, that's really good. Awesome. So a bad dream can create different feelings. It can make us all feel different ways. And sometimes it can go to the next day of making us feel sad or upset or even a little scared. So we're going to look at Bonk's bad dream together and see what we can see. What are we noticing on the cover? Are we seeing anything? Yep, it does say bonks. Good job. Which word is bonks? Can you point to it? Is it this word? Oh, it's this word up here. Good job. Okay. So if we had to look at the cover, what do we think Bonk's bad dream is going to be about, guys? Think it's about going to be something on a beach? Or do you think maybe, oh, you think a dinosaur. Why do we think a dinosaur? Well, this is Bonk. This is Bonk sleeping. This is up here is his bad dream. What do we think is going to happen in the bad dream? Good job. Okay, so you think there's going to be a dinosaur maybe, a really scary dinosaur? You think that this is the dinosaur? Okay. Okay, so we know what we think Bonk's bad dream is going to be about. How do we think that Bonk is going to solve his bad dream problem? Okay, you think he's going to go find mom and dad? Okay. Any other guesses? No? Okay. Well, let's take what's called the picture walk. And remember what a picture walk is from last week's lesson. Yup, it is. It is when we're going to go through the book and just look at the pictures and we're going to guess and make some thought and have some thoughts about our picture, about our book and our pictures. Okay. So we already kind of talked about the front cover. We think that we know that this is Bonk. We found Bonk's bad dream. Remember, we're going to want to focus on dream. Dream's going to be a big, dream is one of our words this week. And we think that we might have something to do with the dinosaur, but we're not really sure about if Bonk will have a bad dream about a dinosaur, okay? Okay, so then once we flip to the next cover, we just see the note from our author, and our author is Maribeth Boltz, and the pictures are drawn by Nora Votis, okay? So we want to remember those names. Maribeth Boltz and Nora Votis, okay? Okay, so then we just have the levels that we're on and what we're wanting to achieve, which we'll talk about later. Okay, so let's look at page 3. Where do we think Bonk is on page 3? You think a bedroom? Okay. What can we find some cool things in our picture? Yup, so we have his bed and we have a crown blankie and the blankie matches the pillow. What else do we notice? Yep, so we for sure this is Bonk. Bonk's in his jammies. Good job. And what is this? Does anyone remember what this is called? Good job, it's the solar system. And what time of day do we think that it is outside? If we had to guess from the picture. Yup, nighttime, good job. Okay, so everybody looking, can we find the word dream quickly? It might be a little hard to see, but if you look at your book, good job. Can we say dream together? Dream, good job. Okay, let's flip to the next page. So On page number 4, Bonk has gone to bed. What do we think is happening? Yup, so Bonk looks a little scared here. And he is. Does anyone know what this animal is called? What this dinosaur is? Good job. It is a T-Rex. Good job. Does anyone know the big word for T-Rex? I heard someone say it. Can you say it a little bit louder? Tyrannosaurus Rex. Good job. Okay. So just based off this, do we think Bonk's having a good dream or a bad dream? I do think he's having a really bad dream. Good job. Okay. So next picture. What do we see is happening over here? So we see that we have Bonk here. Who do we think this is? So it looks like Bonk is going to a whole new house. So where do we think that Bonk might be going? If Bonk's at a new house. Okay, so we think maybe a mommy or a daddy. Does anyone else have a guess? You think he went to a friend's house? Okay. Okay. So we'll find out. Okay, next page. On page 6. So are they doing anything? So do we think that this is maybe mom or dad, or do we think maybe it's a friend? Yup, I'm thinking it might be a friend. Does anyone know what the game that they're playing is called? Yup, it is checkers. Good job. How do you know what checkers is? Oh, you've played it with Grandpa. Okay, that makes sense. So we have Bonk and his friend playing checkers. Is that what we're going with for page 6? Okay, let's go on to 7. So they've been playing checkers for a little while, and now, what do we see? Do we see Bonk getting tired? Is he getting a big yawn out? And I think, what's his friend doing? What do we do when we have when our friends come over for sleepovers, or we go to a friend's house? Good, yup, he's making him a little nest, or as the story tells us that he makes a bed for him. So he has somewhere comfy to sleep. Okay. So on page 8, we have Bonk. So remember, he just climbed into bed with his friend. Do we think Bonk is still having a bad dream, or do we think his bad dream has gone away? Yep. I'm thinking you guys are right. I think that Bonk is still having a bad dream. Why do we think that Bonk is having a bad dream still? Can you guys give me any clues because of the picture? Okay, his face. What do you mean? What do you say about his face? Oh, he has a frowny face and worried eyebrows? Okay. And then there's that scary T-Rex again, huh? Okay. Okay, let's find out. Let's keep going. Okay. Next page. So we have Bonk woke up his friend. He looks a little worried, doesn't he? He does, yeah. So let's see what they do. They watch a movie. What do you think the movie is about? You think it's about a dinosaur? Do you know what dinosaur that is? Yup, it's a T-Rex. Good job. Does Bonk look a little bit happier here, or does he still look a little worried? He does look happier, okay. If you were watching this movie, what would you be saying about the movie? You'd say that you liked it? Or that you'd say he doesn't have long enough arms? Okay, that's really good, because T-Rexes do have little baby arms. Okay, next page. Where do we see Bonk and Snag? At a store, good job. So what is this toy right here? Why do we think they're buying this toy? Yup. If I had to guess too, I think that it's They're buying the toy so Bonk isn't scared anymore of it. Okay, let's go to the next page. Look at that. Do we think Bonk is having a good dream or a bad dream now? A good dream, yes. And why do we think that Bonk is having a good dream? Okay, so you say he's smiling. So that's a big clue. Good job. Okay, so he has a stuffed animal, the T-Rex. Good job. Oh, and the dream even looks happy. Why do you say the dream looks happy? Because at the beginning it was angry and had grr teeth, right? And now he's smiling. Okay, good job. Okay, so now that we did that, let's, based on our pictures, let's make a prediction on what we think is going to happen. Okay, so what do we think is going to happen during our reading? Okay, well, let's remember, let's use I think that statements. I think that Bonk finds a friend to help him with his nightmare. Okay. You think that Bonk will have a good dream because he smiles at the end? Okay. Can I get one more? One more person to go. Okay. You think that Bonk goes to his daddy. Okay. You think that Bonk will go to his daddy for help. Okay. So are we ready? So since we said our purpose, we need to remember one of our predictions was, not one of our predictions, one of our things is that we need to see if Bonk will overcome his bad dream, right? We want to see if Bonk can go from having a really bad dream to a really good dream that we all want to have at night, okay? And so there are some big words in here. We said them, but when it comes to reading them, we need to be careful. So what is one way that we can do a tricky word? Find a tricky word. Should we do it together? Okay. Okay, somebody give me a tricky word. Checkers. You think checkers might be a tricky word? Okay, one fun way of doing big tricky words is we're going to look at the word, and as we write it, we're going to say it. So we're going to sound it out, and then, okay, so let's do it together. So sound it out with me. So we're trying to write checkers. Cha. Does that make cha? Good job. What sound makes eh? Eh. E? Okay. K, k, k. Good job. It's a C and a K together. Good job. Now we have What sound? What letters make Good job. E and R. You guys are on fire. Okay, so is our word checker or is our word checkers? What's that last letter we think we're missing? It's an S. Good job. So should we do it again? Ch, eh, k, z. And our word is checkers. Good job, guys. So if we come to a tricky word that we don't know how to do it, let's remember that's how we're going to break it down, okay? And if we need to take a break and we need to go through the words, we can totally do that, okay? Are we ready, guys? Okay, everybody go to your seats and get your books. Okay, good job. Okay, so are we ready to start? Okay, so where do we start? Do we start at the back or do we start at the front? Good job, we do start at the front. Okay, so let's start. Let's read the cover page. So we have Bonk's Bad Dream, right? Okay. Do you remember, can we talk about who wrote it and who drew the pictures for it? Yep, Mary Beth Bolts and Nora Votis. Remember that. Good job, guys. Good job remembering that. Okay. Bonk gets ready for bed. I hope I have a good dream, he says. Bonk dreams about a T-Rex with long, sharp teeth. Bonk wakes up shaking. Bonk goes over to Snag's house. It's the middle of the night, says Snag. I had a bad dream about a T-Rex, says Bonk. That's too bad, says Snag. Bonk and Snag play. Can anyone tell me this big word? Ch-e-ker. Ch-e-ers. Good job, checkers. So let's read the sentence again since we broke that big word apart. Bonk and Snag play checkers. Good job, guys. Okay. Soon, Bonk is yawning. Snag makes bed for Bonk. Snag makes a bed for Bonk. Did you see how I messed up and I went back? Yup, it was a good job. It's an important thing to have. Bonk dreams about a T-Rex again. This time, T-Rex is under Snag's bed. The T-Rex reaches for Bonk. Bonk wakes up Snag. I had another bad dream, says Bonk. Did you watch a scary T-Rex movie? Asks Snag. Bonk nods yes. I have an idea, says Snag. Okay. Bonk and Snag watch a happy T-Rex movie. This is silly, says Bonk. A T-Rex does not pick daisies. The next day, Bonk and Snag go to the toy store. Snag buys Bonk a stuffed T-Rex. This T-Rex isn't scary, says Snag. That night, Bonk hugs his new T-Rex tight. He falls asleep thinking about a happy T-Rex picking daisies. Bonk has sweet dreams all night long. The end. Good job. Okay, you guys did really, really good. You said words slowly when we wrote them. You looked at the whole word to break down those big words. Yup, we did it with dream, we did it with checkers. You guys did really good. And then during some of the stories, did you guys look at the picture and think about how the picture and the words relate? Good job. Okay, that's really, really good. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about the story. Why do we think that Bonk went to Snag for help versus going to his mommy or daddy? Okay. Okay, so you think that Bonk may have gone to Snag because Snag lives next door or Snag has come to him for help before? Okay, that's a really good guess. Is there anybody else? Just kind of the same thing, same thoughts? Okay. Why do you think that Snag helped Bonk in a good way? That Snag was very kind, he was caring, he was compassionate. Do we think that those three things made Snag a good friend to Bonk for helping? Mm-hmm. Would you have done that for your friend? So if you, Andrew, were to come to Miss Katie and say that, Miss Katie, I had a nightmare, would you want me to help you how Snag helped Bonk? Yeah. Okay. Do you think was it good? Okay. So one of our big things that we're talking about is setting. Remember what setting is? Good job. It is where the story takes place and where we are in our story. So how many places did we have that our story took place at? Okay, let's list them off. Good job. So Bonk's bedroom. And then we're going Snag's bedroom. And then the living room. What happened in the living room? Okay, they watched movies. Good job. And was there any more places? The toy store. Good job. There was a toy store. So how many places in total did we have for our setting? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good job. So we had 4 different settings for our short story. That's crazy. Okay, so why do we think our story took place in these settings? So why did Bonk and Snag visit these places together? Okay, let's talk about the first setting. The first setting we said was Bonk's bedroom. Why do we think Bonk was in his bedroom? Yup, that's where you go to bed. Everyone has a bedroom. Okay. Secondly was Snag's bedroom. Okay, so they went there to play checkers and they went there to sleep. Good job. Those are really, really good uses of our brain. Good job. Okay, third. What did we do? What was third? It was our living room. Okay. What happened in the living room? Yup. Okay, they watched the movie there. Do we think he could have watched the movie in his bedroom? Why do you say no? Because you don't have a TV in your bedroom. Okay. Does anybody have a TV in their bedroom? No. Okay. So it's a good thing he went to the living room. Okay. And then what was our last place? It was the toy store. Do you think that they could have gone to a different store? No, you think they were supposed to go to the toy store? Okay. Those are really, really good. Okay, so next let's talk about characters. Does anybody remember what a character is? It's someone in the story. Good job, guys. Okay, so can we list off our characters? So we had, good job, Bonk, and Snag, good job. And was there any more? This character might not be as important, but it was a recurring character. T-Rex, good job. I didn't know if anybody was going to get that. That was super good. So we had Bonk, Snag, and the T-Rex. So the T-Rex took place in dreams and in the story and is a stuffed animal, right? Good job. Okay. So do you think that Snag's going to a toy store and getting a toy for Bonk, do you think that was a good idea? Do you think he had a good thought behind it? Do you think it worked? Okay. You think it worked? Why don't you think that it worked? Okay. Well, I think that because at the start of the story, Bonk looked like this sleeping, and at the end of the story, Bonk looked like this sleeping. So this was without the stuffed animal, and this was with the stuffed animal. So do we think now? Okay, so now we think that Snag's solution worked. Good job. Okay, so going all the way back. Remember, we made a prediction of what would happen in the story, right? Yup. Okay. Were we right? What prediction did we make? So let's talk about one. One, we thought that Snag was a friend. Was Snag a friend? Yup. Good job. So were we right? Check. Ding. We were right. Good job. Okay. So next was, we thought Snag was his daddy. Was Snag his daddy? I don't think Snag was his daddy. But is that okay? Yup. Good job. We used our clues and we found the right answer. Good job, guys. Okay, so let's quickly jump back and find an example. For time's sake, because we're getting close, we will just use if Snag was a friend or his daddy. Okay. So let's go to pages 5 and 6 in our books, guys, okay? So page 5 says, Bonk goes over to Snag's house. It's the middle of the night, says Snag. Okay, so do we normally look like our mommies and daddies sometimes? Yeah. Yep, sometimes we don't, but normally do we look like mom? Yep, okay. Do we think that these two look alike? No. Why do you say they don't look alike? Oh, he has green feet and he's red? Okay. Oh, and he's a pointy nose, and he doesn't even have a nose. Okay. And then next, they're playing a game. And so if we more look at the bedroom. So Bonk had the same things, but he had crowns instead of stars. So do we think that these are kids' decorations or a mommy daddy decoration? Good job. Good job, guys. Okay. So I think that's about the end of our reading for the day. Do we have any questions? Because then we can go around the room next and we can say one really good thing that we did and one thing that we need to work on and do better. Miss Katie will start. I think that you all looked at the pictures and you used the clues super duper duper well. And the only thing we have to work on is breaking down those big, big words into words that we know. Okay. Are we done? Any other questions? Bye, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.